Welcome back to Blue Zone Homestead. Today we're gonna go in a kitchen and we're gonna cook. We are going to make some nice lunch and we're going to make homemade lasagna from scratch. I've just bought a huge bag of goat's minced meat out of the freezer yesterday. It's thawed out now, it's ready to go. And then I'm thinking to fill like a naan bread with cheesy scrambled egg and fold it over and in a cast iron pan. I'm not sure how that's gonna turn out like, but this is the plan. But it's such a beautiful day, so I came out to do some weeding because all that rain we had lately, it's really helped the weed to grow. So I'm just gonna crack on, do an hour weeding and then see you in the kitchen. And this happened. So I did do the weeding later on. Well, we luckily managed to do all the chores and now we're back to the kitchen and I am cooking. First of all, I am grating some cheese and making like a cheesy scrambled egg naan bread pocket. I don't know, I thought about what should I call this recipe or the meal, but I couldn't think of a cool name, to be honest. So basically I'm just making this up. I had a sourdough bread dough what didn't really look promising. It wasn't rising for my liking, so I thought that's not gonna make a best bread, but I don't want this to be wasted. So then I usually make flatbread, sourdough naan bread, or some kind of this kind of flat bread kind of breads with it. And this time I thought, I'll make cheesy scrambled egg, and I stuffed the cheesy scrambled egg with this flat bread dough, fold it over, and I've just baked it on in a cast iron pan, and it turned out really well, so I really enjoyed it. I am making salad with it as well. Absolutely, we have so much salad in the garden, and actually from today, while I'm speaking, we are having lovely weather from today. So they've just started bolting, so quite a few go now to the chickens, but they absolutely love it and we still got plenty. But I was thinking to start sowing the winter lettuces soon, because I usually start in the summer for the winter and autumn time. But yeah, I've made this delicious salad and it was absolutely gorgeous. We're gonna have a taste test later on. I used, I think, chili sauce. Alan absolutely loves the chili sauce, so I make sure I make so many jars this year. But yeah, I use just a pinch of salt. Sometimes I do a bit of olive oil and the chili sauce, a bit of garlic, and all the different kind of salad leaves and dark green leafy vegetables. I'm making the cheesy egg now, scrambled egg. I've just put a little bit of goat's sour cream and the grated cheese. I'm going to put salt and white pepper, and that's nearly done. That didn't take long at all. I'm just putting the white pepper now. So we're going to start to work on the dough. So I'm just rolling it out, kind of like a size, so I can fill the cheesy scrambled egg with it, and then just fold it in half and tap it around, and we're just going to kind of fry it on the top of the aga for about 5-6 minutes on each side. So I've done one side and then I've just gave them like a little olive oil brush and then flipped it over and I'm just done another side. And honestly, with that salad, it filled us up till dinner time. It was really, really nice. And this way, my dough, it don't ever get wasted. So I'm just rolling it out now. As I said, I try to go quite largish. So actually it was quite large, the one. So we've halved it, and I had half and Alan had a half, and that was plenty. And then I've made another one, and I've just put it in a fridge for another time. But yeah, so this is something what I probably gonna do maybe more often. Feel maybe some kind of meaty things as well, like meaty. It's like a pate, it's like a pasty, but it's obviously the dough is nothing like a pasty. This is like more kind of like a sourdough bread kind of dough, like more like a naan bread. I think the closest is to the naan bread. So I'm just pushing it down, flipping it over, bit of flour, and can go to the pan. And honestly, it didn't take long at all. So yeah, the garden is now bringing in so much goodies. So I try to have a plan for the week ahead and stick to that plan. So the harvest already started. I've just harvested some peas and broad beans. Obviously the lettuce is coming in, the garlic, onion, we've got loads. So anytime I cook now, I need fresh garlic and onion. I always help myself from the garden. And the potatoes, you know, the new potatoes now ready. So yeah, I think I'm going to have a taste test in a minute here. So I'm just cutting it half, show it to you. Beautiful this looking. I'm going to serve this with this lovely salad. And a bit of sour cream on the top. Let's have a taste test. That is delicious. I let the food settle and off I went to the garden. So I don't really do like hours and hours of weeding or tidying up daily, but if I've got 10 minutes, half an hour, 5 minutes, whatever time I have, I just do these little jobs. So slowly, hopefully it will get done. I do plan to weed like kind of weekly. Sometimes I do daily. Sometimes when I just go out in the morning with a cup of coffee or just walk around, and I do 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there, you know, and a little weeding here and there, and it just keeps that garden on that level that I'm happy with. So it was such a glorious day. I thought, let's check on the bees. So that's what I've done. I checked through on all my 5 hives. I have 5 hives, and I have that one. There is actually 2 nuke boxes behind me. One is empty. One had a laying queen in it. So how I remembered how did it go, because I've lost my battery life in my camera halfway. But the first one had a queen, second didn't, third one had a queen, didn't. So it worked out like out of the 3 family, it was like 3 healthy, strong family and laying queen. And the other 2 are still okay, healthy family, but there is no queen. And And the one must have swarmed because there was hardly anything in it, but what it stayed in it, that was a lane worker. So I just sorted that out. And then the nuke behind us, from there, behind me, I've just transferred that family to that hive, what was actually empty. So it was a successful bee inspection. I was really happy in the end. And as you can see, they are busy bees. It's not the strongest colony, but remember how we started early in the year. If you were here with me, it wasn't an easy start. We have lost over the winter time quite a bit of our bees, so I am building it up, and it is looking really well considering how we started the year. I mean, the bee season. So they haven't got so much honey, and they haven't got so much in storage. I think there were one family who had loads of honey. I could have harvested some, but I've decided not to, because I think I might do a few frames just to try, this year again. But I've still got so much honey left over in my pantry that I don't really need to harvest, and I would rather have them to have it over the winters coming, and I just might, separate it and give it along to all the families. But yeah, it was a lovely day, and I thought, I know I'm busy today, and I know I've planned a full cooking day vlog and this and that and pasta making, but after the rainy and haily and windy and cloudy days, the days like today, I had to take my chance to do the bee inspection, so that's what I did. And I'm very happy with it. So for a week now, I leave them alone, and I'll probably have a look again how they're doing next week. I am ready to make the homemade lasagna. I was gonna make the pasta from scratch today as well, but we haven't got a time because it was such a beautiful day. It's still a beautiful day, so I just wanted to do a bee inspection. So that's done. I am glad. But I have found some previously made lasagna sheets of bits of pasta, crumbled a bit. So we're going to use this. I am going to talk about the ingredients before I'm starting to get the preparation ready and cook our homemade lasagna. We've got 2.2 kilograms of homegrown goat's minced meat. I have got some dried seps mushroom, what I've picked with my dad last year. I've also got some grated cheese, Monterey Jack, bit of cheddar and parmesan from our goats. Cheese, grated. I'm gonna use a bit of, this is like a light brown sugar there, and I am also gonna use our marinara sauce that we've canned last year, carrot we've canned last year, and some tomato puree we've done last year together. I'm using salt and white pepper as a seasoning, bit of nutmeg with the bechamel sauce, oregano, thyme, and I'm going to use up a few things I had in the fridge what needs to be used up. So spicy plum sauce or Chinese style plum sauce. It's not much in a jar, so we're going to flavor the meat mixture with this, and a bit of barbecue there as well. And our bechamel sauce is gonna be with our homemade butter, what we just made last week. I'm gonna use that with our goat's milk, nutmeg, bit of cheese, and I'm gonna use spelt flour today to make the sauce. So I think we're done, and I've just literally harvested 2 onions from the garden. So we're going to start with the onion. I've got my cast iron pan behind me on the aga. It's not on yet. It's just on the side, warming up slightly. We've got maybe a tablespoon of turkey fat in there. We butchered our turkey. I think it was last week before. So I rendered some fat from that. It's delicious. We're gonna give some amazing flavor to our lasagna. So I'm going to saute the onion in that, and then I'm gonna grate the garlic. If you watch my video I've harvested lots of garlic and peeled. Now it's in a quart jar in the fridge, so I've just picked a small handful and I'm going to mince it or just chop it in small. That goes with the onion, and then I'm gonna put the meat and the sauce, carrot, puree, seasoning, mushroom, and when that's done we do the bechamel sauce and put it together, and we're going to bake it 200°C or 400°F in my roasting oven in the Aga for about 30 to 40 minutes per tray. So let's get cooking. Onion is now sauteing in that turkey fat, and I'm ready to add the garlic in. Give a few minutes and we add the meat. I've decided to add 2 kilograms of the minced goat meat. If we can fit all in. Any leftovers we can freeze and it can become an easy go-to freezer meal. I'm also adding the mushroom. This is my favorite mushroom. I absolutely love it. This will cook down a bit, so we will have a space for the sauce. The meat is nicely browned, so I'm ready to add the rest of the ingredients. And this frying pan is getting full. Oh dear. We add the carrot. It's a homegrown carrot from last year. You know what I'm thinking, guys? Are we gonna have this year any carrot? Because I'm having a hard time growing carrot this year. Okay, we're gonna add a couple of tablespoons of tomato puree and some marinara sauce. I'm gonna give it a stir and add some marinara sauce. And now we can't even stir it, friends. It's that full. Oh dear. It's not much going in there now, only some spices. So I'm adding a tablespoon of smoked paprika, teaspoon smoked paprika, teaspoon salt, teaspoon white pepper, a teaspoon of thyme, and we're gonna add the spicy plum sauce and some of teaspoon of oregano. Give it a stir, and this is now nearly done. I'm just gonna give it another maybe 10 minutes and that's done. Right, I'm adding a little bit of barbecue sauce. I'm gonna add the whole lot of this tomato puree, and when this cooks down a bit I'm going to add more of the marinara sauce. We are ready to make the bechamel sauce, so I've got some goat's butter in this pan. I've got goat's milk, nutmeg, flour, and we're going to put some cheese in as well. So I've got this on the side. As soon as the butter melts, I'm going to add the flour next. A couple of heaped tablespoons. Hello, Luz. You're right, my love? Hey, Sandy. Ready for dinner time? In a minute. In a minute, my sweeties. Just slightly we're going to brown the flour before we add the seasoning and the milk. Nutmeg, white pepper, salt, and the milk. We add the milk bit by bit. Okay, we are ready to put this lasagna together. I've just put the meat mixture on the bottom of my pan. I'm going to add just a little bit of light brown sugar to this meat mixture. A little bit more of this marinara sauce. This will cook down nicely. Half an hour in the oven, 200°C, 400 Fahrenheit. Okay, next we are going to add pasta sheet. They are dry sheet. I've made these a couple of months ago. They are all in pieces, but that is just right. I am honestly not super fussed about it. Homemade lasagna sheet. Try to not to overlap it too much, but again, place it out as much as we can. And now I'm going to add the white sauce. Just scatter it around it, like that. And the meat. Again. I am ready to put the lasagna in for the preheated oven. 30 minutes. While our lasagna is in the oven, I kept some of this mincemeat behind and we are going to make burger with it. So I've got about, I don't know, about half a kilogram of goat mincemeat. I'm going to add 1 egg of farm fresh egg into the mixture. Next, I'm going to add Chinese style plum sauce because it needs using up. And we are adding a splash of liquid smoke, not too much. Garlic sourdough breadcrumbs. We might add a bit more. And now too, we're gonna add teaspoons of garlic powder, teaspoons of onion powder, teaspoons of smoked paprika pepper, a little bit of cayenne, not too spicy, like a quarter of a teaspoon of white pepper, half a teaspoon of salt. We're going to add a sprinkle of thyme and some oregano. And now with clean hands we go in and we're going to mix this together, and we might need to add a bit more breadcrumbs. Let's see how it goes. I really like tidy up and wash everything we've used and only leave the things what we need. So we put everything away what we don't need now. Perfect. Let's mix this beautiful burger together. This already smells divine. I can tell straight away we still need to put a bit more of that homemade garlic sourdough breadcrumbs. And I'm going to leave this in a fridge overnight, and we can make a beautiful burger the next couple of days. We might need to make some more sourdough breadcrumbs. I like flavoring with basil, garlic, smoked paprika. Okay. Oh, smells gorgeous. Right, I'm going to leave this in now, cover this with shower cap, and we can put this to the fridge. The lasagna is ready in 5 minutes, so I'm just going to get the salad ready. We've got kale, pak choy, mixed lettuces in here. Got cabbage, kohlrabi, garlic, and we're going to put some homemade mayonnaise on the top. I think we had a little bit of coriander here as well. Yeah, I can smell the coriander. And some cabbage. Bit of salt. We're gonna use up this mayonnaise. I'll make fresh tomorrow. Good mix. And I'm going to serve this salad with our lasagna today. Wow, looking amazing. Look how scrumptious our homemade lasagna is looking. I've just took this sourdough bread out of the oven and I am putting up some eggs for boiling. I've got so many eggs that these eggs are actually boiling, and I'm going to give it back to our chickens and our chicks. The lasagna, we are still eating it, and that's been a few days ago I've made this dish. I was hoping to put the half of it as a freezer meal, but we loved it so much that we decided to have it for another couple of days. And the burger, also, that's gonna be my next vlog. It's turned out delicious. So now I'm going to put it in a fridge for overnight, and then tomorrow we're going to make the burger and chips. I'm just harvesting some roes because they, God knows how long they're gonna stay. These roes, this nice. So I thought every couple of days I pick a few. The ones would fall anyway, and they are just drying now behind me on the aga. But yeah, well, thank you so much for spending time with me today. Cooking the lasagna and preparing the burger, have a little sneak peek in a garden, and hopefully see you very soon. Take care. Bye, friends.